Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Fixing My Hair with NuclearGoth on Nuclear Gothic. For today's episode, I kind of wanted to do two things. First off is I wanted to give some thoughts on Miserere, because that's officially done. I'm not doing any more Miserere, and I'll explain why. And the second thing that I want to do is go over future plans, because there is a list that just seems to be filling, and I'd like a little bit of help narrowing down what should be coming up after after this. So first things first, Miserere. Okay, so I really liked Miserere. It was pretty slow paced. It took me a while to figure out what I was doing, where I was supposed to be going. A lot of the things like throwing the ice at the fruit, I had no idea about that. There are just some weird puzzles, but nothing was ever impossible, and some things even made sense, like taking the two, that would be two liquids, not four, taking those liquids to the cauldron to make the vision. That made sense. And the final boss fight, it took a little while. I kind of wish it was 3 hits instead of 5, but I don't know. It just kind of loses its fear factor if it takes too long to kill. It's like, all right, I get it. But anyway, we're covering things I like about it first. I really love the art, especially like things like Lucy and other things that just really catch you off guard. The art direction was fantastic, and on the art direction, TV Tropes page actually explains that Miserere guy isn't necessarily a guy. His or her design is made to not be gender specific. So that's cool that you can fill the role with whatever gender you want, and heck, if you have a female, it kind of makes the ending battle a little bit more intense of some sort of sick and twisted cat fight, if you will, and it turns it into less of a mother-son story and more of a mother-daughter story. That's interesting. And I like that about the art direction. It reminds me a lot of how the postal dude, his design is made so that he could be any white male, blonde brunette, or redhead. Or heck, he doesn't even have to be white, I guess. He could be like a really light-skinned Hispanic man, because the voice isn't necessarily his in the first game. It's more or less the voice of the demon. It's not the postal dude's official voice until the second game. The religious undertone was a lot less undertone by the time the game came to an end. Like, I see where they were going. They had the altar, and it was kind of like how Miserere guys sort of forgot that it was there, and you can give him the choice to pray. I like that it gives the player the choice to pray and to do stuff, or passing by the altar with the giant koala bear head, and it gives you the option to bow in front of it if you want. It doesn't affect the game at all, and I'm not sure if I like that or not, because on the one thing, it's cool that they give you the feature. It gives the player their own moral choice system for how they want the character to think. However, it has no impact. This isn't always a bad thing, and in Miserere's case, I'll let it slide, but only because it does a couple things wrong. I think I have more complaints than I do compliments when it comes to Miserere. As good of a Yuminiki-like as it was, and given that I never even played any other Yuminiki before it, let's go on a little tangent about the setting. Okay, so you're not on Earth. I get that. That's cool. And it even goes and elaborates that and answered that question after I mixed the two liquids together. See, before I did that, I was either thinking that this was a new Genesis or the Rapture, the end of the world, where everyone had been taken away. Or perhaps the rapture had happened on this planet rather than Earth. Or maybe he had been taken away from Earth after the religious zealot army had made a huge mess of it. I mean, they had zealots running through the sewers with probably machine guns and laser pistols and stuff like that, taking out the monsters, these, I don't know, I guess demons or whatever, before Miserere guy went to go live on this other planet. I mean, actually in hindsight, the deal would have opened up a lot of other questions. We answered one, but opened up more. They're just like, there's a lot of unexplained stuff. And there's a lot of really, really wasted foreshadowing. Like, for example, there's the doors on the eastern side of your main house, and you can go out them, but when you get to the exit, he says that there's no ship coming, or he could go outside, there's a suit, but he sees no reason to. And you never do go outside. Why is this here other than aesthetic? Is that really it? I mean, usually when things are put into a game, they're alluded to being used later on. And maybe I can respect Miserere for breaking the chain of having something show up and then having the player obviously go, oh, okay, well, I'll be going outside later. And maybe I get that it's trying to be hipster with me, but I'm just not digging it. Okay, here is something that really, really ticked me off, and I did not rant on this at all in the game. So, do you remember the machines? They're on the western side of the house, next to the second bedroom. Do you remember... Okay, first off, the bathtub. What was the point of the bathtub? Other than that, it doesn't work. Why could we examine it? It just doesn't work. I guess it's like the hipster doors. Or the stuffed animal. It doesn't do anything. The hand on your desk. It doesn't do anything. But none of those quite get to me as much as this. Now, in the second bedroom, there are some sirens. And they're obviously lit up. And it says, if you can examine them, and it says it's lit up, which means something is wrong with the machines. However, when it's wrong, the machines can fix it themselves. There's nothing I need to do unless the siren goes off, implying that the siren would sing. Yes, it does. And even outside of the bedroom, there are directions for how to fix the machines in case of an emergency. And Miserere guy clearly says that this has never happened before. He's never had to fix them before. So he goes to bed. And here I was thinking, oh, I bet the siren is going to wake me up out of bed and I'm going to have to fix the machines because I think something is outside those doors bringing stuff in that reflect from my dreams, probably enhancing the visions that I'm having in my dreams. And I'm going to have to fix this machine or go outside and chase down whatever is taking stuff and putting him in my house. I mean, come on, game, throw me a bone! Why is all this stuff here? I never get to use it at all! What about Lucy? She was completely unimportant. You know what Lucy did? She burped at me. Once. And I thought she was so important. How many times did I go back to Lucy just to say hi? And the ending, that ending, I know you guys were upset with that ending. I'm not really sure. I didn't feel accomplished at all. I would have liked to see what happened after he woke up. So, he fights off his inner demons being Carrie. Carrie you don't meet until over halfway through the game. You don't even know this guy has inner demons until halfway through the game. Crash, I know I'm boring you. And then she just shows up, and you solve some puzzles in a movie theater, which I guess his dreams are reflections of Earth. I can only imagine. There's the movie theater in door number 1, and there's the sewers in door number 2. The sewers being his original home on Earth. And then you fight her in the sewers and kill her after she takes the form of a giant worm, of which I'm not sure has any metaphorical foundation of. And you kill her, and then you go to the end of the tunnel, and then it gives you the ending where he's like, oh, I've defeated my inner demons. And then he sees his mother's resting place in the sewer, and it says, the end. What happens then? Does he wake up? Did he die? There's no sense of accomplishment. Is there supposed to be? Because I didn't feel it. Now, I theorize that he might have died in his sleep in his final dream. Before you go to his mother's resting place, the end of the tunnel is actually lit up. It's kind of hard to see, but if you go back and look at it, the end of the tunnel is lit up. And I took that as something of a metaphor of passing through the light, so I figured that he'd have just either starved himself or just, I don't know, but by the time the dreams were all over, he just kind of passed on. And not giving the fruit to Nocnitsa doesn't affect anything. There is only one ending. On the TV Tropes page, it also notes that there is only one ending. And I haven't gone back to not give the fruit to Nocnitsa, but I talked to one of my white friends who beat the game, and he said that it doesn't change anything. So I'm just gonna trust him. I'm done. I'm done with Miserere. It was fun. I'm not gonna lie. I had a blast going through it. I loved how you guys kept. Here's something else. What the heck was up with the freaking suitcase? The suitcase shows up out of nowhere, and it has no importance at all except to take you to Monty Python's Flying Circus. That's it. What was the point of the suitcase? I don't understand. There's just so much that I didn't really understand about it. I remember Gina, who recommended the game to me a long, long time ago, who said that people who make Yumi Nikki likes, a lot of them like to throw in a lot of random stuff, and, just to kind of look like it's pretentiously deep. And I almost got that vibe from Miserere, honestly. There's so much. There's a lot of really random things in it that I can't quite hold on to to fit the undertone of it. Of, oh God, have mercy on me. Is killing the zealot at the end his redemption? I mean, she was doing her job, albeit with evil intentions. But, does it imply that Miserere guy did something wrong to ask for mercy, and his repentance be to kill Carrie? The only thing that I could see that he had done wrong ever was hide out in the back of a church. And he used to pray. He used to pray while on Earth, and then he prayed while he was on the planet, and then he just stopped, and he forgot about it. And I think he forgot about it because these zealots sort of ruined Christianity for him. which is probably a metaphor for people who aren't crazy about organized religion as a whole. Like, they can appreciate the morals of Christianity or any other religious beliefs, like Buddhism or heck, even Levian Satanism has good moral values to it. But people don't want to attach themselves to a religious group. They can respect the morals, but they don't want to be associated with them. And then the zealots would track them down, trying to convert them with torches and pitchforks, which isn't exactly the most convincing way to do something. But that's really all the undertone. I mean, did I talk about anything else in any other level or stage in that game that seemed to fit the last, 40 minutes of the game? No, not really. I don't think so. What was up with the bug room? What was up with Lucy's room? What was with the Yeti? What was with King Kud and Hack and Talk? What was with the dwarf who told me I was running out of time? I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh man, but I had fun going through it, at least. It was a good ride. But now on to our second phase of business. Gonna take much shorter, I promise. So I have a growing to-do list of games that I want to let's play, and now that Miserere has been knocked out of the way, I have a choice of at least 4 games. And those would be... Number 1, added most recently last night to the list, would be System Shock, suggested by Bormark, who usually has me play miscellaneous NES titles. And he wanted me to play System Shock, and he wanted me to do it in a first-person narrative, and I actually thought it was pretty clever of him to say that, because I did a BioShock video a long time ago in first person, and a lot of people really like that, and I really need to film more BioShock, but I'll do that later. But if you like System Shock, go ahead and tell me. Let's play through that in first person and probably get mad at the controls. I've never played it before, so it'll be completely blind, and I'm prepared to get my pants scared off. Number 2 would be either Yumi Nikki or any other Yumi Nikki like. If you guys really liked Miserere and you want to see more of that kind of stuff, then tell me about that. Recommend your favorite Yumi Nikki likes, or if you want me to play the original Yumi Nikki, I don't know. But that's all there. I've been thinking about playing the original or Dot Flow. Those are the only 2 that I can really think of to play right now. Number 3, Alan Wake. Okay, I was told to play Alan Wake after it went on sale a couple of weeks ago, and I got Alan Wake and Alan Wake's American Nightmare on sale for $5 for both of them, I think. That's a good deal. And I'm told they had a brilliant story. Of course, they're inspired by Stephen King novels, and Stephen King is actually one of my favorite authors. I might not read very much, but when I do, it's usually a Stephen King novel. Or Catcher in the Rye. Or heck, children's books. Like, I got a bunch of Beatrix Potter books right here. And it's another horror-themed game. Actually, that's kind of a pattern here. All 3 of these are horror-themed so far. But Alan Wake probably being the least scary one on this list thus far. But we'll find out soon enough. And last but most definitely not least, except in the eyes of you guys, Alpha Protocol. Alright, now, you're probably like, lol, Alpha Protocol, that game sucked. Maybe. If you played it the right way, it probably sucked, yes. But I did not play Alpha Protocol the right way at all, and I had a blast doing it. See, what I like to do in Alpha Protocol is right off the bat go for freelance mode, and put all of your skill points into fisticuffs. Then run around and punch everyone. See, when they said that Alpha Protocol was based off of Deus Ex in that sort of choice system, I was thinking, hey, let's go for the most non-lethal path that's possible, and let's beat the crap out of everyone and see if it affects anything. No, it does not affect anyone, but I had a wonderful time punching everyone from start to finish of this entire game. Very seldomly did I ever use a gun, and I would like to show you a complete run-through of Punching Suave Secret Agent Simulator 2010. I think. Maybe it was 2011. I don't remember when Alpha Protocol came out, but whatever. So those are the 4 games. Whichever one you want to say, just tell me in the comments below, and I will give them all lots of thought, and whichever ones you guys want to see next. That's pretty much it. Right after this is more Postal Classic and Uncut on Nuclear Gothic. And it's been like a really, really long time since I did more Postal, and I kind of feel bad about that because there are some people who actually, I got more subbers for Postal, and I'm real sorry that I haven't been uploading in a while, and this one's for you guys. That's pretty much it. I'm real psyched. Like, I had less energy when I started this than right now. Like, now I'm all psyched and stuff. I'm so pumped. I'm ready to punch some people. Yes! And, yeah, that's it. So, anyway, you guys, Postal's already edited. I'm gonna go to bed, and... Crash, what are you doing? You wanna see my pup? Crash, say hi to the internet. No. Say hi, Crash. No. Crash, please. Crash, say hi to the internet. Get that camera off of me. Okay, he's not gonna say hi. But anyway, you guys, I'm gonna go to bed, and I will see you all for Postal right after this. So, hope you guys have a good morning. My internet is still really wonky, which is why there's no Reciteer just quite yet, or anything else. I would love to upload, but it's so slow right now, and I'm having the technicians fix it as we speak. So, until then, das Vidania.